I'll wait for to come in. No, I started a minute or two early and having trouble the last couple weeks getting it to start right. I think I got this figured out now, so I got it done a little quicker this time. We're being on daylight savings time. Got a little bit of light now. Hello, cruising is fun anytime. Good to have you here. I'm still dealing with power issues. My new generator is supposed to be here by Thursday. Tiny Farm Nuggets. Hello, Brett and Deborah. Good to have you here. Yeah, I say my new generator is supposed to be here by Thursday. But with daylight savings time, at least I'm starting this when it's kind of light. It's starting to get dark, so it'll probably be dark shortly. Yes, I hope it arrives early also. Hello, Steve. Good to have you here. It's in Iowa right now. It started out in California. It left California, I believe it was Friday morning. Hello, Ellie. Good to have you here. Then it was in Arizona yesterday morning. And early this morning, just after midnight, it was in Oklahoma. And then 2 o'clock this afternoon, it was scanned in Iowa. So it's making good progress. I don't see any reason if it keeps moving at this speed that it won't be here Tuesday or Wednesday, but you never know. It could get to a certain point and they'll decide to just let it sit there for a while, because FedEx does that sometimes. I've had stuff, it looks like it's moving right along, and all of a sudden it sits at a hub for 2 or 3 days. I'm not eating Lucky Charms. I wish I was, though. Where was? It's a hopefully it does get here early, but worst case scenario, it should be here Thursday. I thought I was gonna have a little more power tonight than I did. For some reason, my battery that they charged for me last night didn't fully charge. I'm thinking the charger might have been on the wrong setting, because that will happen. Hello, RG Arizona. Good to have you here. Yeah, that was my other phone. The phone I wish I was using right now. But I didn't want to be charging both phones without my battery being fully charged, because this phone I need to have in order to get internet. And the other phone, that's a good phone. I usually use that off hotspot. But I don't want to take the power to charge both of them. Because with that charger, if you don't have it on the right setting, sometimes it will read that it's got more of a charge than it actually does have in the battery. And I'm thinking that could be what happened. Because it's got 4 different settings. It's got regular car batteries, the AGM, I think it is, which I have, motorcycle battery, and repair mode. And you've got to make sure it's set right. Thank you for posting that, Ellie. I did get donation to my PayPal Friday night, I believe it was, and I got another one this afternoon. So I was able to get chicken feed, pine shavings, and I've got money for propane and gas. I just looking for a ride to get there because it's 9 miles to go get the propane, and I'm not sure if I can make it. And if I do make it, I'm not gonna be able to walk for at least a week. Yes, I'm 99% sure that that's what it is AGM. Hello, Skeleton King Eric Coins. Good to have you here. Well, gee, that's one thing we don't have to worry about this year is flooding from the snow melt. Snow's been melting every couple weeks all winter, which is very unusual for that to happen. We've been losing all the snow. That actually the snow we have on the ground right now is the longest stretch we've had snow on the ground all winter. And there's probably I would say maybe 6 inches on the ground right now. We're supposed to get another storm starting tomorrow night. Tomorrow night through Wednesday, I think it is. They just issued a winter storm watch this afternoon for 5 to 10 inches. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean there. Yeah, it's good to have that help. Because that bag of chicken feed I got today, that ended up costing me $20 by the time I paid the fee on it and the tip and everything. It was just a few cents under $20 for a $12.99 bag of feed. Yes, I saw that. In fact, I got the notification on my phone that there was a freeze warning in effect for Scott County. Hello, Raquel. Good to have you here. You know, we're supposed to be warmer than we have been. Yeah, chickens will eat just about anything. And last night it got down to 8 degrees. I knew it was chilly. Because I had my heater on low. And when it gets down anything less than like 10, 15 degrees, if it's on low, it's a little bit chilly. It doesn't get cold in here, but it's a little chilly. Woke up during the night, it was a little chilly. And that was why. Because I didn't want to turn the heater up any because this tank should have ran out today. But I've been trying to stretch it as long as I can. I want to stretch it through until tomorrow if I possibly can. And then somehow I got to get there to get propane tomorrow. But at least it's not supposed to get too cold the next few nights. I think tonight is in the 30s tonight. Looks like I disconnected for a minute. Lower 30s tonight. Upper 30s tomorrow. And then lower 30s tomorrow night again. And the winter storm watch is in effect from Monday evening through Wednesday morning. 5 to 10 inches and wind gusts as high as 35 miles per hour. And the highest accumulations are going to be across the higher terrain and away from the immediate lake shore. Well, I'm a few miles from the lake, and it's higher than some areas, but there's other areas that are higher than this, so hopefully we'll be on the low end of that. I have 7 chickens. I've got 5 hens, a rooster, and then I have a pullet that is almost 6 months old. Yes, almost 6 months old. What do you mean by a chicken heater? Do you mean one of those heaters that doesn't really get too hot that then just cuddle up against to get warm? 'Cause that's what I have for my chickens. I use if it gets down around 0. Hello, Roy and Becky. Good to have you here. Hello, the Chicota Carver. Good to have you here. Hello, 10-man magnet fishing. Good to have you here. Okay, it's the same thing I have for my chickens then. I love it. Because the only way one of those could ever possibly start a fire, and then I think it'd be highly unlikely, is if there was some sort of electrical short in it. Well, thank you for everyone that's here tonight. I see some names I haven't seen in here before. I've seen you around in other lives, but I'm glad you came to my live tonight. And just to let everyone that wasn't in here earlier know, my new generator should be here by Thursday. So I'll be back to full power again. Because as you can tell, it's starting to get dark. And I don't have power enough to have any lights on. But that'll change in a few days. So next week, I should have it lit up good in here. Got a little guy laying here next to me. And he's always laid off to the side, never really. Well, when he was younger, he used to come over. And then I had a few cats that died 2 years ago. And I didn't really think he was that attached to them. But that put him into depression for months. And then when he came out of the depression, he's still kind of laid off by himself. In the last few months, he's been right back over here with me. Yeah, if wiring's old, be careful of that. It makes me nervous about the wiring of my camper here. Because not so much because it's old. I don't think that's an issue. But I know before I got this, it sat and had mice in it. There was evidence of mice when I first got it. So I know there was a lot of mice in here. And even after I moved in here, there was mice in here that the cats had to eliminate. And I'm just afraid they might have chewed on a wire somewheres. I don't leave any power on when I'm not in here anyways. Like when I run off the batteries, I won't even leave my phone charging. If I leave, I disconnect the battery. Hello, Armored Sweatpants. Good to have you here. Hello, the Oklahoma Grammy Sandra Madrano. Good to have you here. That's a good thought because I have actually looked at those LED lights. I don't know. That was my intention, was to put them on my list. I don't know why I never did follow through with that, but now that you mention it, that is something that I've looked into. Hello, Eagles Trekker. Good to have you here. Hello, Jason. All Train Coffee and Camping. Good to have you here. Hello, Templin Acres. Good to have you here. Hello, Devil Dog Keeper. Jamie. Good to have you here. Yeah, I'm sure those lights would light it up nice in here. Hello, Radio Man. Good to have you here. Yes, she is, Eagles Trekker. Jamie is cool. Hello, Nancy, our treasured home. Good to have you here. I hope that turns out good, Temple Acres. You know, sometimes you can do a lot of damage underneath the car when you go on the deck. Hope everything's okay. Yeah, I actually was thinking about getting ones where you could change the color. You could have them clear or amber, red, green, blue, whatever you want. Or I think there's some that will alternate between all the colors. Yeah, something like that would be cool. And once I'm able to get stuff charged up so I can start making phone calls again. Because I try not to use anything high drawn on my phone. Phone calls seem to take the battery right down on it. I want to call the DMV and check on getting a title for this. And if it's something I'm going to be able to do reasonably easy, then there's some little things in here like that I'd like to do. Well, this has been one of the worst months that we've had this winter. It hasn't been horrible, but I'm just sick of the snow. We did have one bad storm in November. About a week and a half before Thanksgiving, we got 3 feet. Not as bad as some places in the state, but more than I wanted, that's for sure. And February actually was a beautiful month. That was the warmest February on record here. Oh, that's encouraging there. If you've had those for 3 years, no problems with them. And yes, if anyone wants to drop your link, just type King, and Nightbot will drop your link for you. Well, the dogs chew them up. You can't really blame that on the lights. Oh, I know what that's like, Roy and Becky. I lost my signal for a few seconds. I'm talking along, and all of a sudden it pops up, reconnecting. I got the circle going around and around and around. Then after a few seconds, it said, "You're live." Yeah, I can't wait until I can start using my laptop again. Even though my laptop is junk, I still like it. Hello, J. Marie. Good to have you here. Okay, not a problem, Eagles Trucker. Have one for me, too. The phone that I like to use is a Samsung Galaxy A52. I'm renting that for, I think it's $14.90 a month. And then in July, I gotta decide if I'm gonna send it back and get something different, or if I'm gonna keep renting that. Then after about 3 years, I can buy it for $1 if I keep it that long. I'm gonna see how it's working when we get a little closer and decide what I'm gonna do. Okay, Jason, not a problem. I miss you too. And hopefully next week I'll be able to be back on StreamYard, and then you can come up on panel with me if you want. Same thing with you, Brett. I just singled those two out because I know they've been on my panel before. Anyone that's in here will be welcome to my panel when I get straightened out so I can do that again. I know we were talking about watch hours last week, and I think if I remember how many watch hours I had right last week, if I'm remembering that right, I got darn close to 100 watch hours in the last week. I know I got 30 from my live last Sunday. Okay, Jason, I'll be looking forward to that. Yeah, I know, Brett. You can be a problem, that's for sure. And thank you for dropping those links, Ellie. I appreciate it. And anyone that's in here, if you're not connected with any of these channels, go ahead and at least check them out. If it's not a channel you're interested in, that's fine, but if you can check them out and see what they're about, I would appreciate that. Yeah, because last week I went, I think it was like 2.5, 3 hours, and my average view time was over 15 minutes. So it added up. Because I had a lot of people come and go during that time. Not sure how long I will be on tonight. because I've dropped from 31% to 21% in a half hour or so. And that's with the phone charging. Hello, Rachel, Mama 4 Boys. Good to have you here. I'm up to... I meant to check this just before the live, and I forgot to let you know how many watch hours I have and how many subscribers. I've got 3,327 watch hours. If I'm not mistaken, it was 3,220 something last week. And I've got 741 subscribers now. I had 745 last night, and they knocked me back to 738 again. Well, I'm not doing too bad, Rachel. My new generator is supposed to be here Thursday. I definitely be doing better after that comes. Yeah, I've had views disappear on shorts too. What I'm wondering it might be, you know how the shorts just keep playing over and over and over again? I'm wondering if those are initially counted as views and then eventually they take away, like if the short plays 10 times before you click off it. I wonder if it's initially counted as 10 views and then eventually it goes back just to 1 view. I'm not sure, but that's the only thing I can figure out. Thank you, Nancy. Yeah, I'm very pleased with everything, except YouTube taking my subscribers away. Because every time I get 3, 4, or 5 subscribers, they take 2 or 3 away from me. Hello, Marines and Army Mom. Good to have you here. When you're saying good question, Roy and Becky, I'm assuming you're talking about the views on the shorts. Yeah, because that's the only thing I can figure out how that can happen. Hello, the chicken. Good to have you here. Yep, I've heard about the storm. We're not going to get as bad here as you are down that way. From tomorrow night through Wednesday, we're supposed to get 5 to 10 inches over the higher elevation. And I'm not in the highest elevation. I'm kind of midway for this area. So I'm hoping maybe we'll be on the lower end of that. Yep. And then I heard along the coast, it's supposed to have major flooding. Yeah, hopefully this is the last major storm of the season. I know I'm getting sick of it. And again, thank you, Ellie, for everything you're doing. And if there's any links that Ellie hasn't dropped, go ahead, type in King, and Nightbot will drop your link for you. Next week, I should have my new generator up and running. So we have lights on next week. Then I should be back on my laptop, be using StreamYard. So next week it should be a lot better. Yep, I'm sure sick of the snow. Even though we've only had snow on the ground for about, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks now. We had bare ground most of February, which is very unusual for us. We had one day in February, it was 62 degrees. It was our warmest February on record. You know, once we get better weather, then I'll be outside doing more filming and stuff, and hopefully be able to have some better videos. I appreciate everyone sticking with me through this rough time here. I'm just trying to repurpose some old videos and use old clips and stuff to keep everyone updated. But I'll get some new stuff filmed here shortly. And I'm going to be making the lives better. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate it. I'm going to be going back to what I was telling about there, the way I used to do the lives. And then I'm floating around some more ideas to try to improve the lives. Someone suggested, and I think I will do that, of having some interesting facts that I can give during the lives. Thank you, Ellie. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Looks like I've got 19 thumbs up right now. 11 people in here. I appreciate it. And for those of you who didn't hear me say earlier, I got a couple donations in my PayPal. So I was able to get some pine shavings delivered. And got some chicken feed delivered today. And I'm hoping I can get a ride to go get propane and gas tomorrow. Because if not, I'm going to have to ride my bike because I've got to have propane. Now I need gas with the generator when that gets here. But it's going to be 9 miles round trip to go get the propane. And I really don't think I can do that on my bike. It was difficult for me to do it last winter. And with the way my knee is now, I really don't think I can do it. So I'm hoping someone comes through on a ride there. And then I'm going to be putting an order into Aldi's since I have enough money to pay the delivery fee on that now. I'm in terrible shape right now, but I've got one full case of water left, and I just opened up my second to last one. So I'm going to need water in a few days. So that's nice to be able to have that delivered. Thank you, Templin Acres. Yeah, I hope something works out there. And just to let everyone know, if I disappear in a hurry, my battery is dropping fast. I'm at 9% right now. Like I said, it's plugged in. But this phone charges very, very slow. This isn't my good phone. This is my government phone that I use for internet. Normally, I'm using my other phone, so I use the hotspot on this, and then it doesn't drop as fast. Yeah, now it's down 8%, so I'm not going to be here too much longer. Then I'll have to let it charge up, and by the time it gets charged up again, it's going to be getting later, so if I disappear, it's probably going to be the end. Unless it happens to charge up enough in a hurry.